Hey, yo. Yeah, go ahead, man. My power's starting to flicker though. Be warned.
Oh no. What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Doobie Den. Tonight we are doing a first time thing, and I'll explain this a little bit more here in a second. But welcome, everybody, to RevX's wrestling review for the 5/16 edition of WWE Smackdown. I'm your co host, Buddha. On the other end of the mic, the man, the myth, the legend himself, MJ Hack.
What's up, y'all? Now, man, I'm not even joking. My power is like flickering right now. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to send you a picture of my notes just in case.
Just in case. I like
Uh,
that. I like that.
it's not going to be a good picture. Good luck reading it. But
But before we get started with this review, as always, we got to turn the den on. So let me go ahead and get that for us. And oh, that's way too damn bright. All right, so we have it going. All right, I have sent me some notes here, so I'm actually going to pull them up. That way, I can kind of help follow with him. We
yes,
watched it together, but I
yeah, everything down.
I don't write anything down.
No.
He's a lazy.
No.
Yes,
No.
What's
yes.
up, Dallas? How's it going, brother? Hope you're
What?
doing good,
Not
man.
bad, man.
I said Dallas, bruh.
Uh, I didn't see. Hi, Dallas.
Ah.
Welcome into the
Oh, I
den.
do see that that's actually working. That's beautiful. I didn't really get to see that last time. So the chat's actually
There you go.
working. As you see me really well. The light's actually right here now. Makes it look beautiful in here. So anyway, we are again reviewing SmackDown for 5/16 tonight. And just starting like opening start statement here, it was a pretty decent SmackDown. It's one of the better ones in recent memory I can recall that was actually pretty decent. We only had one title match, right? Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's not a problem, man. Don't stress yourself. I appreciate you being here any night you can, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for anybody that don't
He's
know,
so
that's
funny.
my nephew Matt. That's my boy. He's getting really good at talking and everything. We love it. So, all
Sorry,
right,
we just got out of the bathtub.
no problem, man. So back to the event. Like I said, for what it was, it was pretty decent
Hi.
as far as like what's been going on. You've had WrestleMania, you've had Backlash. You know they're trying to make up the cards and stuff like that. You're going right into Saturday Night Main Event. Right after that is Money in the Bank, which we will discuss in this episode. But yeah,
Absolutely.
Matt is made of Matt. Yes, he is.
Yes,
So
he is. He is very much made of that.
let's get into this event.
So
Go ahead.
we this came from Greensboro, North Carolina. It was a smaller arena. I'm so sick of seeing the big arenas, and that right now is because I know they've discontinued house shows, and that to me is like a sin. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Oh
They
no,
are. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I agree.
Oh no, bro. My shit's about to flicker off. No shit.
Oh no.
Can you
Uh,
still hear me?
yeah, we can still hear you. With the house
Oh,
show
bro.
though, like it really, I feel as though the house shows really give the wrestlers that are not used as much on television, it gives them more of a time to shine. Yes, a couple of the main stars still wrestle on the house shows. However, it's not nowhere near as much. And again, other names not used as much get a chance to shine. The NXT stars get a better chance to shine because they do a lot more house shows. Like we have a hierarchy, MJ and I do, of how the wrestling in WWE works now. Now, I could be completely wrong about this. This is my own personal opinion, but I feel as though now that they have Evolve is your opening stance. You follow that up by either going to TNA or NXT. Either one of those can be 3 and 4. Okay, either one of them can be 3 and 4. Once you get through those steps, then you move up to the main roster. Again, one or two could be Raw and one or two could be SmackDown. your own personal preference. Everybody's going to have their own. But as far as the hierarchy goes, Evolve is on the bottom. That's where you start. Then TNA and NXT are your step ups, and then of course you move to the main
Well,
roster to make a name for yourself. And you pumping
I
iron,
actually,
Dallas.
it's even more than that, man. Because below Evolve, you've got all these wrestling schools, and you've got all these independent, different kind of freelance wrestlers and shit. And they put just as much work and effort as some of the big guys do. The big guys just get paid more.
Oh yeah, yeah, no
Some of the
doubt. But
some
honestly,
of the
that's
big
like the
guys are
only way
making
they get a
$20
chance.
an hour.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So that's
All
how you
right,
get there.
what's our
Anyway,
opening match tonight, bro?
to open the show, we had Solo Jeff Cobb, JC Mateo, whatever the fuck that is, and Jacob Fatu open up. And then they came out, ran their mouth. So you can sense the tension in between Solo and Jacob. It's just getting worse. Solo tried to make Jacob say, I love you, Solo, like he used to. And Solo acted like he didn't remember how to do it. But you and I both know, I love you, Solo.
Got the damn pitch with it too.
LA Knight came out and got like two, three punches in and ran the fuck away like a bitch. Then, just being honest, then we had the first match was the women's Money in the Bank qualifier. That was Chelsea Green, Alexa Bliss, and Michin. Go.
So you never want to start your event. Like the promo was great to start, but then we get into that first match, and within the first 5 minutes, there's already almost back-to-back botches in 5 seconds. Now, again, Hat and I talked about this during the event. So what we're discussing here is when, uh, oh God, who was it?
Michin and Alexa Bliss tried to jump
Okay,
at
yeah.
Chelsea Green.
So Alexa Bliss caught every bit of Chelsea. Michin didn't catch shit, and you can clearly see like one body's here connected to another body, and one body's here connected to nothing but air. I believe that may have been more Chelsea's fault than it was Michin's because I'm sure she was supposed to kind of meet in the middle. That way they had a landing point, so to speak. But the timing was just off. I feel. Granted,
Yeah,
Michin caught it pretty well. I thought. And everything turned out okay. Moral of the story there is like that could have been really bad.
there was a lot of botches in this match, though. It was more than just that.
Oh
They
yeah,
uh, they went back and forth, and it was, they each got a little segment on top. Chelsea, though, got the commercial break. I'd like to
I'll
just
be
point that
back when
out.
you're done talking about the. That's all it is tonight, brother. It's just it's a wrestling review, and then we're done. It's Friday night. I'm
Yeah.
not supposed to be streaming. So, but we're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna switch it over to YouTube. That way, if you don't catch it live, you can actually still go over there and check out the review.
Right. You actually had asked me to remind you to talk about the briefcase holder.
So
So,
they done something completely different this year, and it's beautiful. So it's like a title. It looks just like a fucking title, and then it's got both briefcases hanging from the bottom of it. I think that is highly innovative. That's a very good selling tool, especially for it being Money in the Bank. I mean, it gives everything you're talking about when it comes to that. When you get that briefcase, you get a shot at that title. The title representing both the briefcases. I thought it's a beautiful touch. Way to go, whoever created that for them. Awesome, awesome job on that.
the winner, however, of this match via Sister Abigail was Alexa Bliss. Now, I called that. You had said that too. We I don't think she'll get the money in the money in the bank briefcase. However, I need to see who the remaining opponents are
I got
before
you.
I go and say. Uh,
So I think
she is
tonight she was the only one to
my
actually
favorite.
qualify tonight, right?
For the women, yeah.
Okay, all right. So I know next week, and we'll discuss this more later on in the show. But next week they've got a couple qualifiers that they announced. As I said, we'll get into that. But be interesting to see who all they actually do put in this year. Speaking
Um,
of,
af-
go ahead,
After
continue.
that match, well, no, if you had more on Alexa, go ahead.
No, I didn't. Well, the only thing I wonder is like the backstage segment between her and Charlotte. You know,
Yeah, I actually did not write that down, so I'm glad you mentioned that. Uh,
because there was a small segment where they met at like Nick Aldis's office. It introduced Julia in. She is now a
yeah, I did
member of
write that down.
SmackDown. So for anybody that doesn't know that, she is now officially a member of SmackDown. I find that kind of weird because they've
Uh,
really been going to Raw and doing
well,
stuff there.
that's going to mean Roxanne Perez is on Raw.
Oh yeah, no
I
doubt,
mean,
no
that's just,
doubt. But why
so.
split them
I mean,
up?
that's how,
Don't want him in the wise bearded man talks. Get back here, you unlightened. Don't be a nightbot listener. Dallas, you're freaking awesome, bro.
yes, Matt Bot. Yes, Matt Bot. Uh, then after that we got a promo for WWE Unseen, and that is going to be one hell of a watch. We can wait to talk about that if you'd like. Uh, we also got the commercial for the Money in the Bank in LA
Which
on the
is June
7th of June,
June 7th, right? Right.
and that is going to be AAA's Worlds Collide, AAA and WWE NXT today. Is it? I
Yeah,
don't remember who else.
it's as far as I remember, it's NXT and AAA, which if you're in the
Kind of
wrestling
means it.
world, you kind of know that WWE just purchased AAA not too terribly long ago. So I think this is actually the first.
Yeah, they're just
Do
they're
what?
buying everything.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
buying everything.
I mean, but we knew that was coming. Like Triple H had the mindset to do it. Vince McMahon, and it's even been said in the documentary, he liked things the old way. Well, unfortunately, as bad as us older people, myself included, do like some older things, new sometimes is the better thing, and I'm well aware enough to admit that. Uh, oh my God, Dallas is fighting with the
Yeah, yeah,
Nightbot again.
that's
Guys,
great,
if you're
Dallas.
new
That's
here,
great.
Dallas fights with that Nightbot every night. It's freaking great.
17.
Mm.
All right, so after those promos, though, we got a video package for Fraxium from last week. Everything that happened last week with DIY and how they beat Street Profits, yada yada yada. Then we got Fraxium versus DIY. Yep.
And yeah, that in the background. That was a solid match. Few hiccups, but that seemed to be a recurring theme tonight. And
Fraxium's on the rise, bro.
Fraxium is one of the best call ups they've done in a while. They're on a what four? They're
Absolutely.
on a 4-0 streak. Their fifth match
Correct.
is going to be going after the tag titles. You can quote me again. It's 5:16. It's about 20 minutes after 11. You can quote me. I feel as though Fraxium will be tag team champions next week, unless one of the other teams comes out and causes interference.
Dallas, you should clip that. Anyway, uh, Fraxium. Obviously, hearing that, you guys know Fraxium won the match. There was a beatdown. The Motor City Machine Guns ran in, and it was a little bit of chaos and pandemonium because that's what SmackDown Tag Team
And look,
is chaos and
SmackDown tag team division right now in the viewing of wrestling, SmackDown tag team division is where it's at. It seems to be where they're putting the most emphasis on the tag team division. Raw, for instance, Raw has the War Raiders.
21.
What?
21. Matt. It's Matt.
Oh, the War Raiders, Judgment Day. Uh, hell, who else is there? Like actual
On
tag
Raw?
teams on Raw, yeah.
Did
Actual.
you blah, 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 blah. The New Day, the champions.
Oh yeah, New Day. New Day's really. I really
It's not
believe that the reason that the belts are on the New Day right now is because the New Day is the one that can hold them. Like again,
American Made, Alpha Academy, but those are trash teams. That's it though.
Not gonna argue. Not gonna argue. Uh, yeah, but SmackDown is where the tag team division lives right now. Raw needs to pick it up on the tag team division. Anyway, again, stories for other days. Let's continue with the event. Sorry.
You're all right. You're all right. I like it when you get on a rant. The next segment was we got Wade Barrett interviewing R Truth. Now I've got a lot to say about this one. Uh, so Truth
Please
is
go
in
right ahead.
denial. Truth is in denial. He is absolutely. He thinks that he can beat some sense into John Cena.
There
Let's
you
be
go,
real.
bro. Thank you.
The entire internet community has Dallas. The entire internet community knew that we were going to get Truth versus Cena at Saturday Night's Main
You
Event.
demand more rant. Trust me. Stick with me for a little bit. I'm sure you'll hear it.
we Truth. I'm a little disappointed that this isn't a title match. As far as I can tell, they didn't say it was. They didn't say it wasn't. But normally they say it is when it is. So I'm just going to go ahead and say this is probably a non-title bout, and I think that's stupid unless Truth wins. In which case he should then get a
Are you looking at the
shot.
screen right
But
now? Let me give you my stupid look. Come on, bro. You
I see
really
it.
think they're going to give him that? Shit.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't.
Exactly.
What I'm saying is that's the only way I see it plausible. That I don't understand why it's not a title shot if he wasn't going to win.
Okay, I can understand that point. However, like we were talking earlier, Randy Orton, viable opponent. Our truth? It's not plausible, bro. Like it's not.
Jacob's been around a minute, bro. Like they should give him a little recognition. I mean, he is a what 350 some time 24/7
Oh yeah,
champion.
I mean
Is that
yeah,
right?
like nobody overtakes that accolade away from him, and thank God they got rid of that stupid ass thing. However, he is a comedic relief, and let me rant on that for a second. So here you go, Dallas. Have some fun, buddy. The last time they try to have our truth know something serious when it came to a world title was when he was like trying to fuck with Brock Lesnar and the damn Money in the Bank contract. You see how well that got him? Got him fucking destroyed.
Oh,
The man
oh.
is 55 years old, I think. 50, 55. Don't quote me on that because I'm not
By
really
no
100%
means.
sure.
Okay,
But, like,
hold on.
our
Stop.
truth does not
Time
need
out.
to be
Time
getting
out.
his ass kicked that bad at that age. I'm sorry.
Time out. Time out. Listen, I am not saying by any means that Truth should win the title at all. As a matter of fact, it should be a squash match. However,
Agreed.
it should at least be a title match if he's not going to win.
Okay, we were talking about this earlier. There's a pay per view. There's a PLE. Sorry,
Yeah, that's going
Randy.
to be hard to
Sorry,
fucking
my
break.
fault. My fault. A
Sorry, Trip.
PLE, which is a premium live event, which used to be called a PPV, which was a pay per view. Now you don't really have to pay per view because if you got fucking Peacock, it's like $5 a month, and you get a freaking
Something like that.
$50 wrestling event. Actually, now you get two of them because they seem to have one every 2 weeks, which was my point to begin with. But
Yeah,
they
yeah,
have
there's way too many.
they have a PLE almost every 2 weeks now. You can't defend both belts on the same show all the time. At least I don't feel as though you should. You still have to have some kind of separation between Raw and SmackDown. If you don't have that separation between the two, then them having like their own shows is kindly pointless. That's all I got
So
to say
what
on
you're
that.
saying is it does feel like a lot of back and forth, a lot of shows all at the same time.
Yes.
Yes, there's a guy named Truth, Dallas. His name is R Truth. He used to be called K Quick. He's fucking awesome. He's funny as hell. Look him up on YouTube.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, like comic relief, bro. Comic relief.
yeah,
He is great.
I'm
But
gonna snooze these right quick.
they can keep the events
Okay,
how it is, okay? Just being honest. They can keep the
yeah,
events how they
you're
are.
saying that there's separation in between,
There
but
needs to
now
be.
there are SmackDown matches on
Mm-hmm.
every PLE. There are Raw matches on every PLE. like this one in particular, this Saturday night's main event, we are getting the tag match between Rollins and Breaker and Punk and Zayn.
Right.
That's going to be epic. I mean, that's going to
That
be a good match.
that's going to be that's. I feel as though if they want a knockdown drag out to be what like takes it for them, they couldn't have picked four better people to fucking do it.
However,
Like,
this is not a predictions video. This is a SmackDown recap video. So
but
let me reel it back in
it
because we
also
lost
is
you.
part of the SmackDown reel because they do promote it as part of it. So, you know, jumping on it for a second, not too bad of a deal. If y'all agree,
Right?
hit that like,
Say something about it in the comments down there.
please.
Uh,
If you have, I'm so fucking lost, but I'm trying. You're good, man. You're good.
99.9% of our viewers are not subscribed. You
Mm-hmm.
should be. Uh,
Do me a
just saying.
favor. I'll
All
ask.
right,
Follow. I'm trying to get to
there you
825
go.
before the end of the month. So, let me phase that for a second. 825 on Twitch. YouTube, I'd like to get 5 more subscribers before the end of the month and just be sitting at 50. I'd be content.
That's right.
Honestly, I would be
That's
freaking
right.
content. Uh,
All right, with our
Anywho,
with our shameless plug put in there,
yes.
let's go on with the card. After Truth, we got Aleister Black versus Carmelo with Mike the Miz. You know, Mizanin. Yeah,
If you're
this
not
this
subscribed,
back
you're the
and forth.
intelligent level of Nightbot.
That's it.
That's
That's
great.
it, Dallas. Listen to Dallas. He knows what he's talking about.
Yes,
All
he
right.
does.
This was by DQ. Miz interfered,
Mm-hmm.
which we knew was going to happen. For a second, I thought that there was going to be some shit between Mello and Miz. Just for a second. I think this story can
In a
be
pinch.
told. Yeah. I think this story can be told very, like, I wish they'd do it a little quicker, but I think they're going to do it at a slow pace. I
I
think
have
they're
to
going to
say I
do it
agree with
right.
you on that.
I'm not big on that. We got a promo from, let's see, I think this was Priest promo on Drew McIntyre. Yeah. And then the announcement that they'd be in a cage on Saturday night's main event.
Which,
So,
again,
good match.
I feel as though they're kind of going for a hardcore theme ish on this. Not just that steel cage match, but you got the tag team match that's going to be like a heavy hitter. I just feel as though they are they're trying to bring some pain to this event, and so far, I'm not complaining, guys. The card for Saturday night main event, which we'll roll over in a few, is looking pretty sharp. Continue. Sorry.
The You're fine. The next thing that went down
Mm-hmm.
was we got the Alexa segment backstage with Charlotte, and the only reason I know that this is where it was is because the main thing that came out of this segment, Julia is on SmackDown. Is what I
Yeah.
have written on my notes.
Yeah.
So,
The segment
I
wasn't.
mean,
It was a little weird. It was like, oh, you thought about what we talked about last week, blah blah blah. And she was like, I don't need you, blah blah blah. And at the end of it, right before it went to commercial, Alexa goes, "Keep telling yourself that." So there's something there.
yep,
Like they're building
there's going to
something
be a
there.
feud there.
And I'm kind of excited to
There's going
see
to be a feud
exactly
there.
what it comes out to be. So.
I'm just going to say that if they're going to put those two girls in a feud, that means that neither one of them is winning Money in the Bank. I'm just going to throw that out there.
It looks good.
Let's see. Next up, Drew McIntyre came out to the ring to react to the promo Priest did. Um, and, talk about going into the cage and fuck up his lines. And,
Look,
or at least he made it appear like he fucked up his line.
he caught it. If he didn't mess up on purpose, or if he didn't mess up and then like caught he caught it really
Yeah.
good because that the line that he gave, he messed up going into his last name, which I can't understand that, but hey, it is what it is. But he just kind of gave a growl and then went back into it, and I mean, it was delivered perfectly. So, um, just on that, Damian Priest cut his promo earlier tonight challenging him. McIntyre did accept, so we got them still caged Saturday night. My guess is probably actually I'm gonna say Priest wins this one because if not, I think that would actually make him like 0-3.
Ask me again next week.
Yeah, because we'll have one more of these reviews before that happens. So any
Yeah.
questions that you all may have, please make sure you leave them in the comments below. Type them out in the chat. We've got the live chat going right now on Twitch. But if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to ask in the comments below. I will make sure to check those, and I will make sure to answer them as best of my abilities. Anyway, let's continue
Uh,
on.
you, you guys could also join the Discord if you'd like. There's the link to the Dewey Den in the chat. All right, moving on.
And I will
Our
make sure that
next
link is
match,
in the description box
video
below as
description.
well. Yeah.
Good deal, bro. Good deal. We got Solo versus Jimmy Uso versus Ray Phoenix for the first spot in the men's Money in the Bank qualifier.
All right, stop right there because I'm going to go ahead and admit something. This was the only match of the night that I got wrong. Out of
Yes.
what, the 6 matches we had, 5, 6 matches we had, this is the only match of
Well,
the
we
night
didn't.
that I got wrong.
To be fair, we didn't know about one of them. So.
Oh yeah. You're right. And we'll get to that really shortly. But what I'm saying there is fully expected. Ray Phoenix is still new. He's over hardcore, just like Penta is. Figured they'd be pushing him pretty quick. Penta's getting a pretty good push. Ray Phoenix not
Yeah.
so much. However, I did feel as
Not
though he
yet.
was taking it tonight. I really thought he was taking it tonight, and I got a really big
I'm gonna
shock when they let.
actually.
Go ahead.
I need to argue with you right there because Ray Phoenix got to wrestle at WrestleMania and Penta did not.
Rethink your shit
Oh
there.
yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. But he got to do it on like his first month in the company.
Okay, that's fair. But
So I do
wait,
believe that the
who did
Lucha
he
Bros
fight?
will get promoted. Grande Americano.
Oh yeah. See, Penta was in a better match because he was in a fatal 4-way for the IC title.
Yeah, it was a small match, but it was a match nonetheless.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. I feel like he's plus Penta's been around since January, and Ray Phoenix has not.
Since
So
March, if I remember right.
just before Mania, yeah,
Yeah, and Mania
just
was
like two
Mania was like
weeks.
yeah, so maybe even early April. He wasn't in. You're right.
2
He
weeks
wasn't in
he's in
long
the company.
before he was in a Mania match. Which I mean, don't get me wrong. If that was me, I'd live out my dream right there. If I had an
Yeah.
opportunity, I'm just saying the United Nations. That'd be extremely romantic.
Yes, Dallas. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. Like I'm telling you, you should be on streams with us on the like more of a normal basis, dude. If he's in here, oh damn,
Yeah.
it's a good laugh night.
He's wild. He's
He
wild.
he wilding out.
Uh, no, man. Yeah, all I was getting at was like Phoenix. Yeah, he got to live his dream. He got to go to WrestleMania with the moment he joined WWE.
Yeah,
Like, so that's pretty cool.
yeah. I mean,
And not, I'm sure that we're going to see all kinds of crossovers and shit with the AAA and the, I
I
just see
bet they
so many
let like
possibilities.
Dragon Lee and Penta and Ray Phoenix compete in that if they want to.
And Ray,
Ray's hurt again.
for now,
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure his wrestling career is probably coming to an end too. Not saying that
yeah,
bad. The man's had a great career. I've been watching this since the '90s. Okay, and I know there's
and
people
he's
that's
been
been
around the whole
watching
time.
before I have, and I completely understand that. I have a best friend. His name's Jeremiah. We talk about old school wrestling all the time. He's an awesome guy. Like he was one of my closest friends when I worked with him. But we used to talk about old school wrestling all the time, and being able to like talk about it these days, especially
I
with somebody that I
started,
grew up watching wrestling with, it's awesome, man. It's
yeah,
awesome.
man. Uh, I started watching wrestling when Yokozuna was champion. I just like to
That was
keep
like
that outfit.
96 or so.
Yeah,
95,
yeah.
96, somewhere in that area.
And maybe even 92, 93. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
92's
I have
when
to look it up.
Undertaker. Oh no, 91's when Undertaker came in.
Yeah.
Survivor
Hold on.
Series
I'll
91.
find that out in a minute.
All right.
Anyway, this match, when it was a lot of back and forth, Solo did pick up the win, and then there was a brawl, and
I believe
LA
that.
Knight LA Knight came out, and we got JC. Sorry, I am going to struggle with that so hard. We got JC versus LA.
No, no, no.
Now,
Let's
uh,
say the whole name. It's not just JC. No, no, it's JC Mateo. What the fuck are y'all doing, guys?
it's
Like,
Jeff Cobb, bro.
it's
It's
Jeff
Jeff
Cobb.
Cobb. That's
Why
not.
make
What
him
is
change his
Mateo?
name?
What is
Why?
Mateo?
Like you want a double rant? Here you fucking go. Why?
I
Why
hate it when
make
they
the
change
man
names.
that
I
has
get,
made his
I
name
get
for 25 fucking years at least? I'm thinking. Why?
in New Japan. Yes.
Why? Like
Yes.
I can't get behind that. You should have just let him. Even if you would have just stopped at JC, at least we would have
Yeah,
still
JC was
understood.
good.
When you put the
JC
Mateo
was
at the end
good.
of it to make him feel as though he's part of the bloodline. Oh yeah, one
I'm
more
so
thing
glad.
regarding that. What the hell, guys? The
Yeah.
bloodline is actual family. This guy is not family. And granted, Sami Zayn you got me with, alright? But he is an honorary Oos, which means he was welcomed into the family. This motherfucker, they're just like, you look like it, we're gonna make you like it. How's that?
Oh,
The
that's
fuck,
great.
guys?
That's
Like, come
great.
on, man. Like, there's so
Too
many
bad.
out there.
Yeah.
There's so many
Yeah.
out there that they can bring in.
Yeah, but
Fucking
they
Jacob's
bring in
brother
they
Zilla, man, bring him in. He's a fucking
hold up, hold up,
beast.
hold up.
Oh my god.
I am not against Jeff Cobb being in WWE. I want to
No,
make that
no,
very clear.
and I
I do
second
not
that,
think he should be paired with Solo.
and I
That is
second
where
that.
my whole thing is. Jeff could do so much better.
He can do
All
so
right.
well by himself. He does not need to be part of the bloodline to get his name and
Speaking
his
of
figure and everything across. Sorry, guys.
speaking of
Go.
speaking of doing well,
Uh,
he picked up the victory over LA Knight.
yeah. So congratulations to your first match in picking up a victory over a mid card star. Really. So it wasn't a nobody, and it wasn't a squash match by any means. Damn, they went like 20, 25 minutes or so.
And right here is where the show kind of picked back up for me. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I had to step away for a second. You got the next segment with the promos and the so what went on after that?
oh, okay. So at this time, I kind of was watching more than he was because he was dealing with my nephew, his son. Let me click this back up right quick and tell y'all what happened. So they announced. Well, first of all, they had a Shinsuke Nakamura little vignette, couple minutes long. Talked talked about how LA Knight was still the same person. Said that he didn't fear Aleister Black. Probably the wrong thing to say. But anyway, finished up his vignette and they announced that it would be Shinsuke versus Aleister Black versus LA Knight next week. Triple threat. Winner gets a spot in the Money in the Bank in the Money in the Bank match. So it's qualifier next week. That's not the only one they actually announced. They also announced a second one for the women's on this side, which it's Charlotte Flair, Zelina Vega, and newly come up SmackDown person Julia. So
Yep,
that's interesting.
yep.
I don't. Let me rephrase myself here. I hope they don't push her as quick as they did in NXT because it done nothing for her, especially to have her lose to Stephanie. Second match they had, like I think Julia defended the title twice before losing it. Stephanie has defended
Yes.
it. I can think probably at least a handful of times right now. And I'm sitting here thinking about this
Yeah.
in my head. So if y'all see me close my eyes, it's me getting into like deep thought to try to think of like the actual information. And it's just a weird thing that I do, but as you see, it's pretty accurate.
They also announced the Street Profits versus Braxium for the titles next week on SmackDown.
Which, again, like I said earlier, I feel as though they will give them the titles and kind of give them the same kind of push that they did when the Motor City Machine Guns debuted. 3 matches in, and they were the champions, if y'all remember. 5 matches in, and Fraxium is the champions. They just got off a year solid. I think actually maybe a little bit more of a year run as the NXT Tag Champions, as the underdogs every time, and like they're proving their worth without really
I was
having to
flickering
prove their
again.
worth. Okay, like their in ring work is great. There's not really a lot of botches between them, and I say that because my God, they are fast. You get Nathan Frazier in that ring, and he's darting all 4 corners within a 30-second transition, and he's
Yeah,
like an offensive flurry. Just saying. And then you get Axiom in there, and he can do some shit that you don't imagine the human body can actually perform. As a team,
right.
I think they work great together. I'm glad that they actually kind of stuck with that. I know when they first put them together, everybody's like, "Why?" A year and a half, I'd say, comfortably later, and they're explaining perfectly to you as to why. But again, tag team title match next week. Street Profits, Fraxium. My call is Fraxium. His may be different,
Yeah. No, I've Braxium all the way.
and I think I
Braxium
even
all the
had
way.
Dallas clip it that I said that the only way I see them not winning the titles tomorrow night, guys, is if, or I'm sorry, not tomorrow night, but next Friday night, is if somebody interferes. And DIY could do it, especially after the attack tonight. Could continue forward with that. Uh, Tag titles ain't on the line for main event yet, are they? And we may
No, and they
not.
probably won't be
And
if they're
I
going to
was gonna say
be.
they're probably not going to be. Probably be defended at Money in the Bank. At least I would hope
Yeah,
so. So anyway,
yeah.
let's continue on. Well, that'll be the discussion for another day, and you'll hear that a lot in here
Um,
too, guys.
I my power was flickering again just a minute ago, so I probably will lose it tonight.
Last time I
All
was in
right,
deep
next
thoughts in
up,
terms of pain depression. Jesus, I'm
next
trying to
the
quit it, but I'm
end
having
of the
problems with it.
card. The end of the card here was the women's championship, where we had Tiffany Stratton taking
Keep
on
trying,
the
brother.
former women's champion, the woman she won it from, Nia Jax. So this, ooh, Tiffany Stratton. She is a different woman than whenever she won this title. And I know that that's what they were saying on TV, but they're not wrong.
You're good, bro. You're good. If it works, great. If not, I'll try to figure it out for next time or something. Uh, Tiffany Stratton has when she first came up, I was not a fan. Was not a fan. I
Well, it's
didn't I
been
didn't
Tiffy
care
time
for
in
the
a year.
I didn't care for the character. As time has went on, though, she has grown on me, and it's not just her character; it's how she presents herself in the ring, how her character. Like, who would have ever thought that somebody would seriously do a Barbie doll theme at WrestleMania for their character? I'm just gonna
I
say
mean,
that was fucking impressive,
wasn't it
and
though?
she pulled it off so great.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I don't know. I think she's a wonderful champion. I'm glad they didn't give it to Nia Jax, although damn, they came close to doing it. If y'all remember back in Saudi Arabia when we were announcing the Queen of the Ring, it was Nia Jax against Live Valkyria, and they
Yeah,
done a spot to where uh, Valkyria was trying to powerbomb her, and she ended up just plopping on her, being done. Of course, that's her finisher. It's
that
called the
was
Annihilator.
that was before uh, Lyra won the title, though.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So
Lyra
what
wasn't
I'm saying
over.
there is they've done this same kind of spot before. That's kind of what I was getting at. So they basically done the same thing with Nia and Tiffany tonight. Tiffany just lucky enough to get her hand up on the ropes. Tiffany took two of the backflips that she does, the best moonsault ever. The
Any
what is her finisher called? It's not best,
prettiest moonsault ever.
prettiest moonsault ever. There we go. So it took two of those to
Any.
put Nia away tonight. Also, though, we had a little interference from Naomi, and then Jade Cargill came right out after that to take out Naomi. And then the finish scene, Tiffany drop kick a chair into Nia's head and then hit her with the prettiest moonsault ever. Thank you. And take the dub, retain the title, and end the show in awesome fashion with her up on the rope, waving that
I
title
gotta
around like
wonder.
she. Yes.
I gotta wonder if that's gonna like cause a feud between either Naya and Naomi or Naomi and Tiffany Stratton.
Well, so I think I don't know if I actually went over this or not, but right after they announced the matches for next week and everything, Tiffy was coming down the hallway, ran into Jade. Jade said didn't matter whoever won the title, she had next because she was going to have a qualifying match, win it, get the briefcase, cash in, just like Tiffy did. And Tiffy told her just as long as she had the belt, she really had no chance in hell. Normal shit. Um,
Yeah.
I see Naomi screwing over Jade in a qualifying match. If they decide to go that route, they might put them in the same match, but then again, whoever else is in that match is probably going to end up with the victory because those two would be too focused on one another. So I see that going a couple ways. Truthfully,
No
I would
Dallas.
like to see Jade win. Something besides a tag team belt, guys. Like,
Well,
you know,
I mean,
I hate to say it like
she's
this,
higher
but
up than U.S. contention. She's not a mid carder. She is a main eventer as far as women go.
I agree.
So,
What I'm saying there is like she was so big in AEW. Okay, they throw her right on the main roster. Have her debut, if I remember correctly, was at WrestleMania
yeah.
with Bianca and Naomi, like 39, I think. And then, like, instead of putting her as a strong powerhouse, they throw her into a tag team, and she has to be a strong powerhouse with another strong powerhouse because we all know Bianca Belair is like ungodly strong. So like,
But they had a hell of a tag team run. Like, it's not like it was bad.
no, it wasn't bad. I don't like the way that it ended. Uh, I guess for the sake of Naomi's character, it probably done her some good. But I feel as though they could have done that a lot differently. I feel as though they could have. Uh, But again,
That's
that's just personal opinion. If y'all have a different one, please, like I said, throw it in the comments below. If you're watching live right now, hit up that chat. Be more than happy to answer
thanks
for
for
you.
being here.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
you will
Thanks for
one
being
day,
here.
Dallas, when you pay enough attention to us, you will understand. But anyway,
We're talking about
that's
wrestling, brother. We're talking about WWE Smackdown from tonight, 5/16. We're just recapping the event that took place tonight, giving our personal thoughts and opinions on it.
yep, that's it. Just two dudes talking wrestling.
Yep.
So speaking of, I think that's gonna do it, right? Like we're that's the end of the event. I want to give SmackDown a 7 tonight for me.
I'm gonna say 7-5. I'm with you on the 7. They could have done a lot better. They could have done a lot worse. So for what it
It's the
was,
middle. It's where it's too long, man. That's all it is.
speaking on that again, I don't know for the for 100% if this is sure, but I did read somewhere that SmackDown was supposed to go back to 2 hours starting in like June. Hoping that that
Yeah.
actually is true because, like he said, the middle drags too long. That 25-minute match with Jeff Cobb and LA Knight, whew, like just it had some really good spots in places, like the fact that two things. One, the fact that they let Jeff Cobb still keep his finisher, and two, the fact that they let him keep the name of said finisher. When I heard Tour of the
Yeah.
Islands, I had said it beforehand, and then they went with it. Oh my lord, it was so wonderful, so wonderful. So I hate that he had to
Uh,
change his name, but I'm happy that he got to keep some of himself. in the same
You may want to
atmosphere.
hold your thoughts right there because we're on ads. So, uh, just all in all, let's talk some stream stuff for a minute. So, you've went with the new software, right?
Oh
Like
yeah,
you said you were talking about that.
I'm actually going with OBS now. I'll have to send you the link to the video that I watched. It's about 6 minutes long, but it takes you through the easiest setup known to man. And I wished I was kidding you, bro, but I mean seriously, it is the easiest setup. I've done a lot of work to this, guys. Like the color, the border that you all can see. Okay, if you look on the next screen, the game screen, and I'll take y'all through this right quick. Um, so like, let's click here and let's go to game time. So of course it's going to show you my Discord with me and Hat in it, but you see the big border that's around everything. I created all that. Like it was a template, but like I put it to where I wanted things like that. I was able to incorporate everything, like my sound alerts, all that stuff is all in here. Of course, everything is animated. Like that's an awesome thing. 'Cause most of what you find on Streamlabs, and I'm not taking anything from Streamlabs before anybody thinks anything. I love Streamlabs. I used it for well, up until today. So, well, up until yesterday. Sorry. So, hey, there it goes. Level up. Who
Which is
wants
what
to
you did with
fight?
your.
A silverback or Siberian grizzly? I'm going to say maybe a Siberian grizzly would win that. I may be wrong, but that's going to be where I put my guess at. But anyway, guys,
Um,
I've been building this now that, well, yeah, we're still in the ad break, but I've been building this. I've done a lot of work to it. Like there was actually four of the little things that you see that's got like Dallas's name in it. So he's my latest sub, and then the Justice H is my latest follow. So if y'all decide you want to follow or sub to me, you do get your name on the screen for as long as you stay on the top, I suppose. And
Where's more than that? There's probably a donator bar too, and there's
there
more you can do.
there was a donator bar and there was a tip bar, I think, on there. And
Yeah,
I don't really do like I would love to get donations and stuff like that, but I'm not a big enough streamer to get that kind of stuff yet. I get
Dallas got 489 on us.
I got 489 on this, but like Dallas sometimes he hits me really good. He'll gift subs in the community, or he used to. I'm grateful for that. But I might get a sub once a week if I'm lucky. It just depends. Again, I'm trying to get up to 825 follows on here. I'd like to be at 50 subs on YouTube. And oh shit, here he goes. Okay. Whoa. Whoa.
Everybody gets a sub.
Whoa. Yeah. So both of those hit. Like yours is still okay. Timeout. Wow, that rung my freaking eardrums because both of those songs started playing. Yeah, you sure did. You sure did. Cheers, fire in the hole, guys. Oh, speaking of shit, tell y'all guys this. Since we're live on stream, everybody can see it here. I am working on. Yeah, what's up, Krusty? I am working on merch, guys. I'm working on a couple of shirts. Um, I've I've got one that if you can see the symbol on the right hand side of your screen where it says the Doobie Den, I'm gonna get something made like that. That's nicely, decently across the chest. I'm also working on one that says Cheers and has a joint that's smoking underneath it, and then on the back it's gonna say Fire in the Hole. Uh, Working on a few other things. I've just got to get some stuff together, but hopefully within the next, let's say, month, I might actually have some merch for you guys to be able to purchase. I'll have some myself, so I'll be showing it off on the stream when I have it. And yeah, guys, I'm really looking forward to
It'd be
this.
really good.
I'm excited.
That'd be really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, all in all, like I was saying, man, about 7 from me for the night.
And I'm gonna say 7.5 myself. Uh,
There's only three.
what is that?
I don't know what happened.
No, I don't. I love you home.
I don't know what just went off. I don't see anything.
I didn't. I don't have any notifications for anything going off, Cuzzo.
Like I just had some kind of music go off in my head. I don't see anything. 7.5.
Yeah,
Are
for
you
tonight's
talking for
SmackDown
tonight's
7
SmackDown, Krusty? Density myself.
Fantastic.
There's a tornado warning in London.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here to watch here.
All right,
Our
guys.
warning.
But
Watch.
that's I think that's going to do it for tonight's edition of Rev X's Wrestling Review. Thank you all of you that have been in the chat tonight. We greatly appreciate it. It's been a fun one. So I'm going to end the stream here very shortly, and I'm going to get this
Yep.
edited and up on YouTube. So if you didn't catch it live, want to catch how everything went throughout the show, make sure to jump over to YouTube, type in the same name, Buddhafire. You'll find me on there, and you can check out this episode and when it
And
backs
we'll be
up,
back.
which is usually about an hour or so. But until
We'll
next
be back
Friday night,
tomorrow.
guys, I will be live again tomorrow night, Saturday night, 11 p.m. Eastern time, playing some kind of game, probably some Frag Punk again. Honestly, that seems to be doing pretty good. We might tinkle with some Rocket League. We'll have to see. And then of course I'll be live Sunday again as well, with the same thing. But as far as this goes, we will see you guys next Friday night live, usually somewhere between 11:05 to 11:15. If you're following on Twitch, do me a favor, make sure that you click your alert box so that you know when I go live. And if you're subbed to me on YouTube, make sure again that you've got the bell notification on. That way you get new videos when we get them posted. Until then, guys,
Yep.
I'm Buddha. That's Hat. We'll see y'all at the
Be
next
good.
one. Later.
Later.